So here we are again. Another college football Saturday.
Let's crack.
Another yeah. If you're a Broncos fan, I hope you're okay. I really do. I have nothing bad to say about Broncos fans. I really don't.
I have a lot to say about bad about Broncos fans.
Well, it's because we know one. I wouldn't say personally, but we do know one.
I know a few.
Yeah. Um.
It's just fun trolling Broncos fans, whether it's talking about 43-8, the trade that everybody thought that they won, but in all reality they lost, and now being the team to have 70 dropped in their foreheads.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
So it's just be happy that it's not the Cowboys this year.
It's like, well, here's the thing with us. It doesn't help that Diggs is gone. It doesn't help it, but our pass rush is still there. It also didn't help that we're missing. Speaking of which, I know what I was going to look for. I was going to look at our injury report because apparently Zach Martin, because to see if those guys are still out.
Let's talk about that game because it kind of shocked me that the what so my question is, was it the fact that we are underestimating the Cardinals? It really feels like we're underestimating the Cardinals in a sense.
So Tyron Smith is out. Biotis is questionable. Zach Martin is questionable, and Peyton Hendershot is questionable. But Tyron Smith is out. At this point, Tyron Smith might as well retire. I love him, but
He was hurt a lot last year too, wasn't he?
yeah, he didn't play a lot.
Yeah, it might be over time.
And I love Tyron Smith. I
Yes, it
really
is.
do. I think
Yes, Tyler Biotis is also
Tyler Biotis is questionable. Zach Martin is also questionable. And Peyton Hendershot is questionable. He's our second year tight end. Which which is good because we're one thing for sure is we really have depth at tight end. We really do. Because Schoonmaker, you got uh, Ferguson. We have plenty of depth there.
I looked at our injury report. I know Reed Woolen didn't play last week. So we didn't have Reed Woolen or Kobe out there. This is the injury report as of now for the Seahawks. Uh, Artie Burns, Trey Brown are both out. Trey Brown actually has a concussion. Doubtfuls, we have
Are
Charles.
y'all playing the Cardinals this week?
No, we play the Giants tomorrow night. Kobe Bryant is also doubtful. Questionable players, we have Dramont Jones, Derek Hall, Noah Fant, Evan Brown, and Will Disley. Speaking of depth, we have some depth on tight end. We have three tight ends that we could just use at any point. Disley, Kobe Parkinson, and Noah Fant, which both were listed. Well, two of those were listed in the injury report. So that's never good. But also at the same time, Kobe Parkinson is very good.
Also, a side note, I've started going back to the gym.
I need to do the same.
I'm doing 2 a days. I'm doing Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, 2 a days. Two a weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh
What did
my!
I say? 2 a days? I don't have. Yeah, I don't even have time for two
I
a
was
days.
gonna say I don't have time for 2 a days. I'm struggling to find time just to go. Shoot. Oh Lord,
But
somebody already.
I think I think it was an underestimation.
Huh?
I don't think it was underestimation. I think it was just, you know, we got outplayed. Honestly,
Well, I noticed something week one, especially during those first few drives. Y'all run defense isn't all that. And the
it's
way
not
to beat y'all is to run the
run
ball.
the football. Yeah, yeah.
And that's one thing that the Cardinals do pretty well, especially adding.
James Conner, Rondell Moore.
Oh, Rondale Moore is a
Yeah.
problem.
Which is what one of my biggest fears next week because we play Christian McCaffrey
Oh,
and Debo Samuel. So that's not fun.
I'm kind of scared to see them too. You know, we got to see them twice. Even though our run defense this year has been a lot better, our pass defense has been a bit suspect. Even though I feel like having Reek and Spoon back there now is it's gonna be real interesting seeing how well our secondary is with a healthy Reek and Spoon. And Jamal Adams will come back this week.
Well, that's good.
So we get Jamal Adams back.
Must be nice to get a star defender back.
If you want to call him a star defender,
Well, you know what I mean.
we call him Blitz Boy around these parts. But he's going to actually help with getting pressure as well and run support. So that is always a good thing to have. If this defense can gel, that we could be a problem going into the late part of the season as long as we can stay healthy. That's always the biggest issue, just staying healthy. We've had some pretty bad injury scares. I know a lot of people were kind of frustrated about JSN not getting a lot of touches. But when you look at the fact that we are playing without both our starting tackles, they've been doing a lot of two tight end formations. So it kind of takes our third receiver out of the conversation, and that takes away from the opportunities that he can get to be out there. Because when he's out there, he's getting separation. Like the amount of weapons that Gino has. You look at DK, Tyler Lockett, JSN, Bobo, Parkinson, Noah Fant, Disley, Charbonnet, K9. It's a lot of weapons to be used out there. So I'm excited to see if we can continue to make things shake. And I think if we played the way they played that second half Sunday, we could get the Rams back when we see them.
Good luck with that.
We got to get past the Giants tomorrow night, though. That is going to be. I mean, I don't know. The Giants are weird.
The Giants have been weird.
No,
They've been weird since they got Daniel Jones.
Like last year, they were surprisingly good. And a lot of that came up with the fact that Daboll started using Daniel Jones's legs. A lot of teams now have caught on to that. But my issue with my team's defense is we have a weird way of making quarterbacks that typically don't look too good in the passing game look almost elite.
We have the same exact issue.
No, we are worse. Like y'all have moments where y'all are just like straight up dog a team. Like y'all did the Jets. Like y'all did the Giants.
Right.
We'll have somebody like Colt McCoy come out there and throw 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. At least with Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs has been looking good all 3 weeks. Colt McCoy, though, that's my biggest issue with my defense. But let's look at the rest of the NFL stuff so we can go ahead and make our predictions. What week are we in? Week 4?
Yes.
Where is Leon? Because I know he's probably not going to be picking his team to win this week if they have a game. Because I think this is the first set of buys this week, right? How you doing, Journey? I know we have a bye next week. All right, so starting tomorrow's October. Oh my gosh. So Falcons Jags. I'm pretty good. The Jaguars last week were weird. Trevor didn't play too hot. They allowed a fullback to return a kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jags there.
Here's the thing. It is what's up. If Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier get going, the Falcons can win this game. The thing that might throw the Falcons out of it if it comes down to a point where they're going to have to rely on Desmond Ritter's arm.
Well, because they have no offensive line. They definitely have no offensive line because he was getting killed out there last week.
Yeah, I don't trust it if it comes down to being a Desmond Ridder game. If they can rely on Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, they can win this game.
Agreed.
We got the Rams, Colts.
Rams.
The Colts have been a surprisingly good team.
Hey, keep going with the preview. Give me 2 seconds.
All right, cool. So the Colts have been a surprisingly good team this year so far. We still are not looking at. I don't think Anthony Richardson is clear of concussion protocol yet. But even with Gardner Minshew, and maybe this is just my hatred of the Los Angeles Rams so much. I kind of want the Colts to win this. Let me see about Anthony Richardson's health issues right now because I know he was out last week due to a concussion. Oh, never mind. Anthony Richardson is starting. So now that brings up an interesting situation because Anthony Richardson is back from it has been cleared from concussion protocol. So now he is going to be ready to play. That brings up quite the dilemma now because Anthony Richardson has been probably the most electrifying rookie quarterback so far this year. Him and what's the dude in Houston? But if he can play the way he was playing at the beginning of that game before he got injured and just be safer, you're probably looking at the rookie of the year. However, taking my bias and hatred of the Rams out of here, I probably am going to say that the Rams are going to pull this one off. They'll rebound because I think they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. So I'm gonna say the Rams just because I think that this might be the game that Anthony Richardson struggles in, especially if the Rams defense can get going and Aaron Donald starts being the destructive force that he is known to be. So I'm going to unfortunately say that the Rams are gonna win this one. Don't like to say that, but just being realistic here, I think that's probably what we're gonna get. Buccaneers Saints, we get some NFC South action going on. The Buccaneers coming off a pretty tough loss. The Saints, I think they won last week. The win probability is saying the Buccaneers got it. If Baker Mayfield could keep playing as good as he's playing, give me them. Honestly, give me the Buccaneers. Wait. Yeah. I think is Jameis going to start this week? Because I know that Derek Carr got hurt last week. Let me see. Let me see this up real quick. Oh snap! J-Bo starting.
Jameis.
J-Bo starting this week. And it's against the Buccaneers at that.
Is it in Tampa?
Let me double check on that. I wish it would stop scrolling up every single time I move away from it so I can stay on week 4. No, it's in New Orleans. So now looking at that, I think J-Bo is going to have a revenge game here. I kind of want him to have one of those career type games. Because one, I've been a Jameis Winston guy for a while, especially after that 30 season that he had. I was like, this man is the GOAT.
Georgia's tied with Auburn going into the fourth.
Let's go, Auburn.
Yeah, it's 20-20, and Georgia's driving.
Oh, I'm ready for Georgia to start losing games now. Georgia hasn't lost since like the SEC championship 2 years ago.
Did they go undefeated all last year?
Yes.
Did they? Huh.
It's time to lose a game, Georgia. Time to feel the bulldog bite. Dolphins Bills. This is an interesting game here.
Dolphins and Bills.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I see. I think it might be a shootout.
I'm hoping this is the game that they show on TV when we get home from church. Because I'm looking at the 1 o'clock schedule, so clearly we already know the Eagles and the Commanders are going to be on Fox.
It's Eagles and Commanders, and then Patriots and Cowboys. That's the Fox schedule. I checked this morning.
I mean, clearly, anytime you see the Commanders up there, you already know they're going to get priority TV over whoever's playing in Virginia. So I'm looking at the 1 o'clock schedule for CBS. I haven't looked at it from the TV standpoint. Just looking at the games, only game that I'd be interested in watching on CBS right now would be the Dolphins and Bills. Because the CBS games, just looking at it, would be Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Titans, and Broncos, Bears. Oh, it's still the Texans. And trust and believe, nobody wants to sit there and watch the Broncos and Bears.
No.
That is Tank Bowl number 1 for the week. We have 2 Tank Bowls tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
What's the second one?
The Vikings and Panthers.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if neither team won that game. Both games end in tie. That'd be wild. But I'm gonna shut up because I don't want that to happen. But who you got for the Dolphins and Bills?
I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm gonna say Dolphins here. I don't trust Josh Allen to be clutch. I just don't.
I honestly don't know, to be real with you.
This is a tough one. This has the makings for a game of the year type game.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Ravens, Browns. Just make sure that as long as Lamar goes to the restroom, he'll win this game. Quinaya. Who you got for the Bengals, for the Ravens and Browns?
Raven. Well, that Browns pass rush is
elite. I mean, you have one of the best.
Yeah, you got Myles Garrett over there. Huh. I'm gonna go Browns.
I'm gonna say this: if we see the same production from Deshaun Watson as it was last week, the Browns can win this game. But it's going to depend on his production tomorrow. Bengals, Titans. The Bengals are going to bounce back here. They've been kind of slow.
Have they won a game yet?
No, yeah. Good question. Let me see. Who did they play last week? I want to say they won last week. I want to say they did. Yeah, they won. They beat the Ram. They beat the they beat the Rams 1916. I was like, I had to sit there and think about it because like, first of all, who do they play? But yeah, they won a very they played Monday. That's what it was because they had that doubleheader on Monday. Yeah, the Titans. I don't think they're that good.
Not really.
Commanders, Eagles.
Whoever plays the Eagles, I'm automatically rooting for them.
So you're going for the Commanders here?
As a Cowboys fan, there are two things I don't like. Tom Brady and Eagles. The Eagles.
All right, can we take a detour real quick because this has been a big topic, especially over the last week or so. So I believe the organization is called NAGA have sued. I'm guessing they're suing the Commanders.
Oh,
for
is this the thing they want to turn it back? They want to rename it the Redskins.
So here's my thing. I began to actually pay more attention to stuff about it. My uncle actually sent me. You ran away. My uncle sent me a video just talking about the origin of how they became the Redskins and how the most recent logo that they had was given to them, and they had the blessings to use the this chief as the logo for the Redskins. And looking at how hyper politicized and sensitive we were at a time when they were pressuring the organization to change the name from the Redskins to whatever at that time. And the more I think about it, the more I realize Malcolm X was right.
Was Malcolm? Let me ask you a better question. Has Malcolm X ever been wrong?
Malcolm X is a kind of a socialist, so yeah.
Beyond his,
everybody has a time when they're wrong. Let's go that way.
All right, fine.
There are things that Malcolm X has said that I 100% agree with. At the same time, there are things that Malcolm X says. I'm like, looking at today's lens, it may be a bit off. You're at sea. What are you talking about? See you Monday. So yeah, just all of that. Now, knowing that the Commanders don't have a copyright for the name and the rumblings of the possibility of them having to change the name once again, bringing back the Redskins won't bother me. And looking at some of the research that has come out, it doesn't bother a lot of indigenous people either. Depends
as long as they're beating the Eagles, I don't care what they call themselves.
So they could call themselves black people?
As long as they beat the Eagles.
As long as they call themselves...
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I'm joking. I'm pushing the envelope a little bit here. But yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game here. I think we are into the Tank Bowl games. Broncos, Bears.
I don't know.
At this point, with these next two games, the question that I'm just going to ask to get past both of them is, who do you prefer to see Caleb Williams playing for next year? Or who do you think Caleb Williams would prefer to play for?
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know.
right now.
By the way, we have
Score.
sound voice of Deion Sanders after his loss.
All right, we'll check it out. We'll check it out after because I do like to react. So send it, put it in the group chat, and then I'm gonna try to put it on the screen.
All right. But I don't know.
So right
the
now,
Broncos aren't sustaining with Russell Wilson, and then who you say? The Bears. Justin Fields is not. But I don't even say Justin Fields. Huh?
Justin Fields is not good.
He also most of these teams don't have lines.
No, Justin Fields is not good. Oh, I'm sorry. Granted, yes, these teams don't have offensive lines, and it sucks.
I feel like that's what most of the teams are missing. Most of these teams are not bad, but most of these teams are bad. They're bad, but they would be like average at best if they had a better offensive line.
But everybody wants these skill players, man.
I don't know. It's just like I feel like every team in the NFL would be like I said, most of those bad teams would be average if they had better offensive lines.
I agree.
Like the Bengals would easily have won the Super Bowl if they had a better offensive line.
They'd probably have 2 Super Bowls if they had one that had better offensive line.
Like they would have, as good as they were in Burrow's rookie year, they would have definitely got it. They could have.
But it is what it is. I'm not even going to worry about those 2 Tank Bowl games. Nobody's watching those for any other reason but to see who sucks the worst. Last 1 o'clock game here, we have the Steelers and Texans. I'm going for the Texans here.
Yeah, CJ Stroud is good. He's showing something.
Yeah, CJ and between CJ and AR, both are dope.
Yeah. They're really showing that they have that they're good, that they have something to play for.
Yeah. And I kind of like what they got going on over there with DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah, the new coach, yeah.
Doing a lot. See. He's doing a lot better than that other coach that came from San Fran.
Yeah.
We'll get to him later on. 4 o'clock games. We have only 3 4 o'clock games. Wow. Wait, what the heck? Oh, we play tomorrow. We play Monday night. Raiders Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers to find another way to lose a game. That's it. Between them and the Vikings, they just know how to lose games. Yeah. Give me all right, Cardinals, Niners. Cardinals about to get destroyed here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be their first game that just gets ugly. Patriots, Cowboys.
Well, I don't even have to say it.
See, 4 years ago, I would have said the Patriots. Now, 5 years ago, because I think 4 years ago, Tom Brady had already left. Like 5 years ago, I would have said the Patriots. But now, the only way the Patriots have a chance of winning this game is if Zeke has a career game. Zeke is going to have to rush for 250 yards in this game for you. Like, they're going to have to need 250 yards on the ground between Zeke and Ramondre Stevenson to beat y'all.
Well, I mean, our run defense is shite, so.
Well, I'm saying that it could happen. I'm saying that's all they need to do, and it could happen the way things are going. But if the Cowboys get ahead early, it's over. Thing is, the Patriots defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
What was it? Christian Gonzalez. I'd say this: if it weren't for the fact that Weatherspoon was already pretty good and has been playing really good, I would have been mad that we took him over Christian Gonzalez because both are really tough playing cornerback. Sunday night. No, see, this is the time where I wish they would start flexing games. Because why is it that we are seeing the Chiefs and the Jets play on Sunday night? I get it. This game was probably set up knowing with the foresight of seeing Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. Now we're watching Patrick Mahomes play against
Zach Wilson.
Ben DiNucci.
Wait, really?
No, I'm just naming some irrelevant quarterback right now because that's literally what they have. Didn't they sign a backup?
I think so.
Because there was a whole conversation about a certain guy that hadn't played in like 7 years, and he wrote a whole letter begging to be on the practice squad. Like, dog, imagine like being on your knees begging to be like get scraps. That's literally what you're asking for. Like, get up. Jets senior quarterback. What is it? It's Trevor Siemian. There it is. And for anybody that's questioning why they signed Trevor Siemian, didn't Trevor Siemian play for the Jets like 2 years ago?
I think he did.
So he knows the system. And he at least has had some professional experience within the last 2 seasons.
He started for the Broncos for a couple years.
He was never that good though.
He wasn't, but hey, but like you said, he has experience.
I know, but everybody was kind of crying about the fact that they especially Jamel Hill was crying about the fact that they signed Trevor Siemian instead of giving Colin Kaepernick.
All right, I'm at the point where it's like, bro, it's over.
And that's my thing. I wish it is tiring. It is tiring now that we continue. I was out of it when after the whole situation happened when he had that big tryout where all the teams were supposed to pull up and he dipped on them at the last minute. At that point, I was like, nobody's going to want this. And then he had the Netflix stuff where he was saying that the NFL Combine, comparing it to slavery. And I'm like, dog, at this point, just don't even think about going back. And then he comes back this year and says, I'm ready to play. I'm like, dude, where you been at? You should have played in the XFL or the USFL.
Yeah, if anything, the XFL. You know who, even though he was still kind of average in there, but still like realized his ego wasn't all that important, even though he really does have an ego. You know where Johnny Manziel was playing?
Oh, the AAF. I was thinking about.
No, he wasn't even in the AAF. He was.
Yeah, he was in the AAF until they folded.
But he was also in that fan control football league, that indoor league.
At least he was doing something with his life.
That's what I'm saying. He realized, you know what, he has an ego. We know Johnny Manziel has an ego, but it's clearly not. But he's clearly reined in that ego enough to be like, you know what, I realize I'm not at that level. Let me do this instead. Also because he probably needed the money, but still.
And he was
good. Like even in that league, he was good.
This goes for Cam Newton as well, because I know Cam Newton's sitting there waiting for a call. If you want to show how good you are, still go play there.
Because the XFL and the USFL are like
they're merging.
They're like minor. What?
They're merging.
I'll take it. Shit, more football in the spring. I'll take it.
They, I think from what I was listening to, there's a possibility that they might have like 10 to 12 teams on this league. They're like doing a fusion dance.
Plus, on top of that, I'll take like the women's football leagues that are sprouting up. Not the lingerie one that everybody keeps talking about, the Legends Football League. That's what it's called now.
Imagine having the names of players that feel like they still have something to prove a former MVP like Cam Newton, a former Super Bowl playing quarterback, starting quarterback like Colin Kaepernick. These guys going into it, and then you will really see how many people are going to support them. Because I know there are people that still don't watch the NFL to this day because of how things went with the Colin Kaepernick situation. So it's just a lot to it, and I just wish that people would stop trying to push this whole thing that Colin Kaepernick is better. At this point, Colin Kaepernick is probably not better than any backup right now. Until proven otherwise, nobody can tell me that he's better than Drew Lock
or Cooper Rush
or
Trey Lance,
right, or Trevor Siemian. Like you look at his numbers in
Will Grier
in the last few seasons that he. Oh yeah, Will Grier, because I think he just got signed too. But look at the numbers that he was putting up his last few seasons, especially his last season. Yes, his touchdown interception ratio was good. His completion percentage was not. The guy's not very accurate. Wasn't very accurate when he was playing. Do you expect a guy that has not played a legitimate game since 2016 to improve accuracy that he was never really like? He was no Tom Brady when it came to accuracy. He was fast.
No, I'd say he's no Drew Brees. Drew Brees is way more accurate than Tom Brady. I will fight anybody on that.
I just named an accurate quarterback off the top of my head. It won't be trying to use the most accurate, but he was quick on his feet. Is he going to be nearly as fast as he was 7 years ago?
Probably not.
So that kind of takes away a lot of what made him who he was. So at this point, let it go, y'all. It's over. He had a career. Let it be. There are young guys out there that can probably do a lot more than what he was able to do for you. And the Jets with Trevor Siemian and somebody else got signed this week, and he came from the XFL. Was it? No, I can't think of his name right now. But he played for the he played for the Battlehawks.
I can't think of it. Who that was?
Hold on, let me look it up. QB AJ McCarron.
Oh yeah. I remember AJ
by the Bengals. So shout out to AJ McCarron. And again, we've talked about so many quarterbacks that have come from whether it be the XFL, the USFL,
PJ Walker,
AAF, PJ Walker, Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert.
I liked him. I really did.
I was a big Garrett Gilbert fan. It's so many guys that have played in these leagues. I wanted what was the quarterback in the 2020 for the Defenders? Came from Ohio State. I wanted him to get another shot in the league too. Yeah, it looks bad outside. It looks like a storm's coming. There's a storm out
on the ocean.
See,
bro, don't play with me.
I knew it was coming.
Don't play with me.
I knew it was coming.
Don't play with me. And it's moving
this away.
If your soul's not
anchored Jesus,
you will surely
drift away.
Hey, drift away, Lord.
I do not have my keyboard up here right now. Leave me alone.
Drift away.
Let me go ahead.
You will surely
this clip.
Drift away.
Hope I'm able to play it.
I was like, bro, don't play with me. Don't do that, bro. Where is your keyboard anyway?
In my car. I had rehearsal there.
Okay. That was opportunity right there. That would have been perfect.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it.
Is this Dion's?
Can you hear that?
I can't hear anything. But I'm saying, is this Dion's little press conference?
Yeah.
I was looking at a TikTok earlier today, and he said he was talking to somebody. He said, I don't have bad days. All my days are good because I don't have losses. I have lessons.
Perspective.
Right?
Perspective.
Right. And this perspective is probably why I think a lot of people are missing, because they're expecting him to be I think they're still expecting like player Dion to come out. You know what I mean?
The man is older.
No, I'm saying
go ahead.
I think they're expecting like the prime time, the competitive prime to come out during this, like the guy who was like in your face, all that. I think they're expecting that guy, and they're not realizing. I think the media, when they're asking him these questions, they're not realizing that. And even when they talk to some of his players, like they're not realizing that what he's doing, what he's instilled in them is this mindset of adaptation.
He's building a culture.
Yes.
And it's something that Colorado hasn't had.
Yes.
He's taken a team that went last year 1-11, won their first 3 games. Yes, they got destroyed last week, but then this week they're down 31-20.
There was a time
they came back within 7 points.
There was a time I'm thinking if they play this right, they could beat y'all.
And to add to the point, Shedeur, their top 3 defenders weren't playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And their top receiver. Which their top receiver is also one of the top defenders, but you get my drift.
Yeah. Also, they managed to find out what depth is because they had a corner show up in what's his name? Cordy. Can't remember his name, but that kid. And then the other guy, Omarion Miller.
Omarion Miller went.
Man, if you talk about a coming out party, man.
Nap today, boy. Oh my God.
Both of them are freshmen.
I didn't watch until like later on in the game, but I saw where he had the hitch route, and he spun right back around and took. I think that pass.
It's like he ran the hitch. He ran the hitch.
Yeah,
he ran the hitch. Ball hit him in his right shoulder. He turned with the ball as he was catching it, and then kept going.
Yeah, he almost broke it.
He got tripped up in the end. Then you're talking about the play before that where he caught on the hitch route and ran it 60 yards.
He had a game.
He had what, 2 tutties, right?
Yeah. No, he only had 1 tutty, but he was just under 200 yards.
As a freshman. That's a freshman record. He had like 5 receptions, 196 yards, and a touchdown. The 196 yards is a record.
And again, this is only one off season with Prime as the coach.
Yes. Because you know people are going to want to play for him.
And the thing is, he didn't even get the amount of time that a lot of other coaches were able to do recruiting because these guys recruit throughout the season.
Yeah.
He started after in January.
Yeah.
Now imagine what he is doing now and the amount of talent he's going to be able to pull, just seeing how he was able to snag Travis Hunter and Brandon Smith with HBCU. If you don't think he's about to pull at least 2 or 3 5-star recruits, something's wrong with you.
One thing's for sure, he needs to pull about 6 or 7 offensive linemen.
That man needs some. He needs some MAGA Republicans on that line. They better pull out the border with some "Make America Great Again" hats.
Make America Great Again. not MAGA Republicans. At most, at best, here,
boys
maybe
better
not
be
MAGA,
good.
maybe not MAGA Republicans. Maybe not MAGA Republicans. He needs like libertarians.
Nah,
He needs like
they
right.
need these straight MAGA Republicans straight from like the backwoods, and all their diet is nothing but pig feet.
But home
He needs some real life hogs on that line, boy.
He needs a farm guy.
They are getting destroyed when it comes.
But I will say this: I don't know if it's because y'all defense is suspect or just because of the improvement. But y'all defense is suspect though. But I don't know if it's because of the improvement. But they definitely look better this year this week because they had Shedeur had a lot more time. The thing I'm noticing about Shedeur is that he will either he needs. I know he's about what he's a senior or so yeah.
Shedeur was a senior.
He needs to either he
wants to make a big play.
Well, it's not that. I don't mind him. I don't mind him doing that. Yeah, he's a junior. I don't mind him doing that. My thing is like he either runs the ball, he either like will snap it and immediately run. He'll like do his progressions and then run, or he will hold the ball on for too long.
Russell,
and then he'll also holding the ball for too long. He'll either throw it too soon or hold on to it too late.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But
one thing's for sure during the game, one thing that kept him in the game was him running the football himself.
And once he goes to the next level, that is something he's definitely going to have to work on because you can lose a lot of games playing that way.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Gotta be quick.
Russell Wilson was my quarterback for 10 years. And it was a lot of games we lost off the fact that he was just holding onto the ball, trying to make a play. Yeah, you're going to make some plays. Russell Wilson has no shortage of highlight plays where he's just running around backfield trying to find something. Kyler Murray's got him. Ben Roethlisberger's got him. These are guys that are very notorious for holding onto the ball, running around, buying time.
Aaron Rodgers.
They can play Aaron Rodgers. But when you look at it, all the names. So let's see. You said Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. Kyler Murray. Russell Wilson. Ben Roethlisberger. Lamar Jackson. Tony Romo did it too.
Romo. So we're at 6 names right now. Out of those Jackson 6 names, we have 3 rings.
Yeah.
No, 4. My fault. 4. Hold on. So 1.
Aaron, Ben.
So 4.
Aaron, who is it? Aaron, Ben.
Ben has 2. Aaron has 1. Russ has 1.
Yeah, that's 4. But like I said,
2 of those rings came from defense. So you kind of put 2 asterisks there.
Yeah, but with what you said, defensively, like definitely next year they're going to be different.
Yeah.
But the thing is like some of these guys the other teams are also going to be different too. But with his progression, I definitely think, like I said, Colorado is definitely going to have the improvements they need to definitely make a better. Before he leaves Colorado, I think they will be in the Pac-12 championship.
He's going to make a playoff before he tries to go to another level.
You think a playoff?
Yeah, I think he will make a playoff,
like a college football playoff.
Yeah,
not a Pac-10, not a Pac-12.
No, college football. Like because I think next year they start the
12.
Oh, it's a 12-team bracket.
Yeah.
So is it next year?
Yeah, next season.
Okay. So who knows if depending on how he recruits next year, he could be in it.
He could.
Because the
main thing he needs to do is he needs to recruit some libertarians to protect his quarterback.
They can't be liberals.
No, libertarians.
No, I'm saying like
they can't be. I mean, they can be. Homeboy from Remember the Titans was pretty liberal in his thinking, you know.
That man was he was more so like your parents type of liberal. The ones that are conservative but still vote Democrat.
But still, like he needs to get some boys. He needs to get some big boys for that line. Huh?
Protect your boy.
Yeah, he needs to get some for that. But they scared y'all, guys. You can't. They had him. They were gonna get him.
If they expect them to make a bowl game this year. I still am looking for.
Oh, they will make a bowl game. Their next couple games are. They're gonna make a bowl game.
Let me see what their schedule looking like. Yeah.
USC is probably gonna drop in the rankings because of that. Because Colorado, mind you, Colorado was unranked.
Arizona State next week. I got Stanford on the 13th.
Yeah.
UCLA is ranked, right?
It depends on how today goes.
Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State.
And then they finish it at Utah, who just lost. So
they should be able to pull 4 games out of that.
What is it? Arizona State, yes. Arizona State, yes. Stanford, yes. UCLA is going to give them problems. Oregon State's going to give them problems. Arizona, they got to play tough against Arizona. Washington State is going to give them problems in Utah. Yeah, so
there's going to be some close games in here.
I think they're going to get 7. They're going to get 7 wins.
6 is the eligibility, right?
Yeah, 6 is the eligibility. They're going to get 7. They're going to get 7 wins out of this.
Which making a bowl game from coming from 1-11 is nothing to scoff at either way.
It's really not.
Let's talk high school football.
So you went to what sounded like an entertaining game,
dog.
Or am I underselling it?
Dog.
I'm underselling it.
That game was wild.
But I'm not. It's definitely one thing's for sure. Based on what I've seen personally, it's definitely not the same team from last year. As far as
absolutely not.
It's like TCU. Like we had that really good year.
Like they're good.
Good quarterback, good defense, all that. But then this year, Max Duggan's gone, and our top wide receivers are gone, and we kind of lost our identity.
I'll say this much. I think this is probably the best passing game I've seen since they had Javonte Sparrow back there at receiver and Mike Brown playing quarterback.
For Branch?
Yeah, this was 08. When it was Mike Brown to Javonte Sparrow, just like every week. I don't know who the quarterback is, but he has an arm on him.
I've seen it. No, I've seen it. He does have an arm.
And
he does have an arm. His accuracy is a little off, but he does have an arm.
Yeah, because he had one play where he completed the ball, but he was out of bounds. And then there was another one. He scored on a deep touchdown. So they got one. And then it was another time. So Nance was up. I think they're up at this point 13-7. No. We're up 20 to 14. And they punt, Western Branch punts, and the ball is bouncing in front of him, and he touches the ball and fumbles. The next play, Western Branch goes for another 9 route. And if it weren't for the fact that the man tripped him up before he got the ball, that was another touchdown. Now, they went down the field and still scored a touchdown, which put them up. They ended up going up 21 to 13 at that point. So it was we tied it up at 21. No, it was 21 to 20. And what happened, there had already been like 3 times prior to this play where the center had snapped the ball too high or too low, causing a fumble. And at that time, he snapped the ball over the quarterback's head. The quarterback couldn't get it. And Nansman got on it for a touchdown. They converted the 2-point conversion, and we're up 28-21. Now, Western Branch had a 7-14 advantage, getting ready to go into halftime. I didn't know that you can advance a missed field goal even if it bounces off the floor.
Yeah, you can do that.
So that happened, and he returned about 102 yards the other way. And instead of going for the field goal, decided to get the ball game up for 14. They tried to go for 2. Should have been a pass interference there, but it is what it is, and it was 13-14. It was a lot of crazy plays going on in that game. But really good game, man. I must say, Nansville River, this is probably the best I've seen Nansville River play. And they've had some years where they've been pretty good. But I know last week they played against Kings Fork and lost in double overtime 21-24. I think if it comes down to Nansville River and Kings Fork again in the playoffs, Nansville River could get them.
So Oscar Smith is out of it.
Are they?
Oh no, I'm asking you.
Well, when it comes down to the playoffs, Oscar Smith is in the bracket with us. Nansville's in a whole different bracket.
So we play them at the end of this year, and last I've seen, they weren't looking too good. Oscar Smith wasn't.
Oscar Smith is I'm not going to say they're not good. They just aren't Oscar Smith. And anybody that is in the 757, when you hear the name Oscar Smith, you already, like, for the last 20 years, it's always been, oh, they about to come in here and smack somebody. They're not that anymore. They still have a lot of talent, and if you sleep on them, they can beat you. But you have the opportunity to beat them, and I think Western Branch can beat them again.
I think so too, actually.
Because one thing I did see, they when Smith came to Western Branch and to Nansemond, Western Branch run game is pretty good. And there was a lot of times during that game against Nansemond where we gashed them up the middle in the run game. Had a really good pass, which again Western Branch is really good at. So if I'm not at the Nance River game, I'll probably go to that game.
Which one?
Branch versus Smith.
That's going to be a Smith.
Oh, never mind. I ain't going to Smith. I ain't doing all that. That's too far. Look, I can literally walk. We can literally walk to Nance River games at this point.
Do you want to?
No, I just don't feel like it.
I was just saying, would you? Okay, never mind.
I don't think any of the games are going to be as crazy parking wise as the games that we did the last 2 games. Homecoming and Oscar Smith.
Wait, was that homecoming?
Yeah, yesterday was homecoming.
Okay.
First of all, Western Branch travels well.
Oh so yeah, no.
You kind of already expect West for the home side to be jam packed because it's homecoming, and that's what it was. I was kind of crunched up. I was sitting over with Chris and his wife. I looked over at the Western Branch sideline, and they were almost packed too. So, saw another one of our old classmates, which was always dope to see our classmates pull up. But yeah, I was rooting for the red and black for the first time. Had my Nance River gear on. It was so funny because Chris's wife, she graduated from Nance River. And so I'm sitting beside her, and this lady was like, take this picture of Nance River alumni. And she's looking at me. I'm like, oh no, I graduated from Western Branch. She was like, so what are you doing? Where? Like, I coach here. You know, and now I'm looking at you, so I was like, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a warrior now. I just graduated from Western Branch, which is kind of nothing new when you look at, like, it's 3 of us. It's 3 coaches and that graduated from Western Branch. The others who are football coaches, though. I got some wrestling tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually. I don't know, man. Think I found my I want to say love, but my intrigue for NXT again.
You remember when we talked about NXT and the rebranding of NXT under Nick Khan, and I told you that
Give it
there was
time.
going to be an adjustment period for people who are that have been used to the black and gold era and just the resistance to change. And
Yeah.
eventually people will start to understand, oh, this is actually pretty good. I think we've reached that point now.
Well, I think for me, it just took a couple matches and a couple of feuds. You know,
That and they had
it took,
to find their footing too.
huh?
They had to find their footing as well.
Well, because for me, where I really got it was Thea Hale. Love Thea Hale.
I love Thea Hale.
Love her. Although I gotta say, I saw the new gear and I'm like, somewhere deep within me, the
something died in you.
No, not even that. The conservative adult in me.
What, does every liberal have a conservative in them?
Let me finish. The conservative adult in me, that thing's like that, the side of you that's like the like kind of dad in you that's like, if that was like, are you sure you're supposed to be wearing that out here? Because I saw that and I was like, and I looked at it, I'm like,
wasn't it the black? It was black, right?
It was black, but it had like the sides were open. I'm sounding old. Oh my god.
Yeah, I do remember it now.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I'm like, I get what she's going for, but I'm like, you couldn't. It felt like there was too much out. You know?
She's
huh?
She's an adult.
I know, but it was like,
it can't be any worse than like under cheeks just like hanging out of the under your tight.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's the thing. That's the thing now. And every single time they see an under cheek, they think the girl got a yacht.
No, they do. It's very
weird. Like,
it's a major genjutsu.
Under cheek is like, yeah,
under cheek,
chill out.
Under cheek is a major genjutsu.
It is basically the beard for women.
It's yeah, but how thick is her under cheek?
And then when you see it, it's like when people were talking about Bayley, I was like, y'all, relax. It's there.
People it's there, but it's not like
I'm not mesmerized.
Like, people think Rhea got something. I'm like,
Rhea is like fit.
Yes.
You know, this is the thing I tell people. You don't understand the art until you go to a gym.
No, you're right. Because I was just in the gym. I was just in the gym Thursday.
Anything when it comes to this conversation have never been to a gym in the shows.
I was just in the gym on Thursday and I saw one. I'm like, yeah, that's like, yeah, that's one of them.
Even
that's
at the gym, I don't even be like going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over. I'm like, oh, okay. And I get back to work. I'm like, because at that point you kind of see it. It's going to be there because these are people who care about that image and they want to continue to grow and build these parts. And I'm like, okay, power to you. And I'll sit there and see. I'm like, okay, that's nice. And I'll get back to work. I'm not gyat or whatever these kids say nowadays. What is it, gyat?
I don't even know.
So let's go ahead and focus on this real quick. That is a weird thing to say.
It is. Have you seen its spelling?
GYATTTTTT.
Yeah. No, there's like multiple. There's like 3 A's in there.
Oh, I mean, there's a G, Y, A, and a T in there. How many times each one is used may vary. There might be 5 G's in there, dog. I'm better than Tyreek Hill. Thank you very much.
But anyway, No, I'm intrigued. Like I said, Thea, the thing with the whole with the family when Tony D was in jail, I thought that was pretty interesting. Um,
I haven't been able to watch a lot of NXT due to me being in church on Tuesdays, but
right.
stuff I have seen.
Which is funny because now I know where you've been on Tuesdays.
What are you talking about?
No, because like when I went over there Monday, he said like your uncle was like, that's like yeah, he plays for me on Tuesday. I'm like, oh, that's where he is on Tuesdays. Because I never know.
I
I know
could have
you're at
sworn
church.
I told you that.
No, you didn't say that. Or maybe I just forgot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So usually on Tuesdays, I'll go to practice, I'll come home, get me something to eat real quick, and I'll head straight to Hampton.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's to the point that even the team knows Tuesdays, coach got to leave because he got to go to church.
But yeah, no, it's cool. But
Look, I have fun with it though.
But yeah, no, I'm intrigued.
Absolutely.
That and Great American Bash, or no, the one before that. What was it, Battleground?
Yeah.
With when
having this deadline.
when Dragunov and Dijak tried to kill each other.
Gosh, yeah. What's the name of this pay-per-view?
No Mercy.
Mercy. I'm trying to pull up the card because I don't even know what the card is looking like right now. Shame on Ants because I don't know what this card is. Okay, so I guess this. Oh, they have a pre-show match. Blair Davenport versus Kalani Jordan. I've seen some stuff for Kalani Jordan. She looks good.
Yeah, she was teaming with Dana a lot. So it's Braun and Baron.
So are people finally starting to see how good Baron Corbin is?
I never thought he was bad. I never thought he was bad. I just when he was a heel, he was just annoying. Like
yeah, I understand that.
Like, for example, like King of the Ring? Like I still think he like Gable should have been King of the Ring.
But oh my gosh, that match! I need to go back and watch that match because
that and I also think
Baron Corbin match.
That and I also think the way he retired Kurt Angle was kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't hate the fact that he did retire Angle. I think they could have done better with
like the way they did that. They made it look like, okay, I know Kurt couldn't go for like 30 minutes, but give me like a solid 12.
Yeah.
Like a solid 12 where Kurt whereas like, oh my, it was like where I'm looking at like 2005 Kurt or maybe Perk Angle. Well, not Perk Angle. So at least 2005 Kurt. Well, no, 2005 Kurt was like pre-Perk Angle. Perk Angle is basically goated, right?
Perk Angle is goated. What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like it is goated. Yeah. Then you have Noam Dar versus Butch. I really thought they were going to be fun. I really thought they were calling him Pete Dunne again. I got my hopes up. I was wrong.
At this point, Butch is it's stuck with me at this point. I don't like remember what I was saying about how names, like people get mad about the names for a while and then eventually they like because even with Gunther, people were mad because they changed his name from Walter to Gunther. I don't see the same amount of people mad about it now. Like most people that were like, I'm not calling him I'm going to keep calling him Walter. They've gone ahead and started calling him Gunther. I even heard Cornette calling the man Gunther. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Who do you have winning this one?
Which one?
Butch versus Noam.
First of all, I think they need to make it they need to go ahead and call it the NXT Heritage Championship, making another mid-card championship instead of the cup.
Yeah.
Something about the cup.
With the belt.
Because it's not that I like the cup. I mean,
I love the concept of the match.
I do love the concept, like the fact that it's like the pure championship.
Yeah.
Like it's like this is the type of match it always has to be defended. I love that.
It's still unique to what they're doing. It's not like a carbon copy.
Yeah, but you need but I need a belt.
Yeah,
This needs to be a belt at this
walking
point.
around with that big trophy is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I didn't say who I wanted to win between Braun and Corbin. I got Corbin. Even though I think
I actually see this going to no contest because they're going to brawl themselves to death, and then it's going to cause a step. They're going to step it.
I'm cool with that too.
Because the way did you see how NXT ended on Tuesday?
The going through the I did because
yeah, that's why.
Because Taryn kept talking about how this is better than Black and Gold.
I give it a couple more years.
It's coming up there, man.
I know, but it's like it's close, but like they need
is more beneficial to what WWE wants to do than Black and Gold.
They're gonna need like something on the realm of like they're gonna need to do something that's not exactly it, but close to, because one thing that put everybody over with Black and Gold was the tag team division.
Yeah.
And the individual non-title feuds. So like you're gonna need to give more stuff like Dragunov and Dijak, more stuff like that, more stuff like Braun and Baron. Like I don't want Braun to go up yet because I feel like there's still some stuff he can do.
Absolutely. And now I would say this. I think this is the best balance that they've had when it comes to NXT.
Yeah.
Because you have guys that have been well traveled, like a Dragon Lee, Ilya Dragunov, guys like that. Then you have the homegrown guys that have really caught the love of the fans, like a Trick Williams, Tony D'Angelo. Oh, snap! OTM is on his card.
Yeah, it's a fatal 4-way between OTM, the Family, the Creeds, and Los Lotharios for a 4-way for the tag titles.
I'm kind of interested in that. See, I'm again, I haven't been watching NXT, but I've seen clips of OTM. And I like what's going on with them and Scripps. Because it kind of goes back to, because I
think the Family,
you know that I think Reggie was a Crip.
Like legit?
I think he is a Crip.
Like reformed?
I'm sure he's not banking now.
Well, I know, but still.
Hold on, let me see. But he was in a gang.
Yeah, I just clicked on him. Let me see. Yeah, he joined the Crips from the 5000 GST.
Is he the first Crip to be in WWE? Which makes his new name even that much wilder because his name is Scripps now. Things that make you really think. Because I didn't know. So I'm gonna tell you how I found out he was gang affiliated.
Google?
No, Cornette.
How did?
Because Brian Laz was reading, like, this was when he was still a sommelier for Carmella. And it was like Reginald is from St. Louis and was affiliated with a gang. And you already know how Cornette is. He don't know what to say out of his mouth. He was like something out of pocket. I was like, Jim, stop, bro. It wasn't racist or anything, but it was just out of pocket. But yeah, and clearly he's not doing any of those things now. He has kids. So shout out to Reggie, Scripps, Reginald, whatever you want to call him, man, for getting out of that situation and making something for himself.
Yeah. Doing it young too.
He's not that young, is he?
I'm saying getting out young. He got
out.
At 16.
Oh yeah. And then I think what really got him out of there was Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Dirty
Then
Bulldog
you
versus
had
Trick Willie.
I
Give my
think
boy the belt.
I was gonna say, yeah, this might be it. He might get it.
I need the crowd to really go wild with the whoop that trick to his theme.
I think he's gonna get it.
Trick Williams to win it? I think so. Who do you have winning the tag team Fatal 4-Way?
I think the family's gonna retain.
Give me the Creed brothers.
Either that or the Creeds. Honestly,
Even though I do want to see
I don't
Los
think OTM is ready. They're not ready.
Who? No, not
OTM.
OTM, but Los Lotharios have a good shot too. I think
Yeah.
I think OTM is in it to have a moment in the match where they show who they are and they just like it builds their stock. Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship. We have Becky Lynch versus Tiffany.
I think Becky should retain.
Well, here's the thing, because Monday, Tegan won an opportunity at the championship. So do they go the route of, if Tiffany wins, do they bring Tiffany to Raw and have that match with Tegan to give Tiffany a... So it's kind of similar to what they did with Dragon Lee. Because Dragon Lee really showed out Monday. I don't know if you watched the match.
I didn't. I was asleep.
Dom and Dragon Lee had a banger on Raw. It's definitely worth the go.
Well, Dragon Lee is we know what Dragon Lee is about.
Oh, we know Dragon Lee's good. But I was talking to a friend at church on Tuesday, and we both said that we feel like Dom works best with luchadors.
Look at what his style is based in.
And look at his father.
Yeah, and his uncle, and his stepfather,
and his real
father. Stepfather, his real father.
Stepfather, his real father. Rest in peace to his real father.
Yeah, I mean, because look at that mullet. I mean,
you cannot tell me that's not Eddie's child at this point with that mullet.
Ray wishes he could grow a mullet like that.
You are not the father.
You wish you could grow a mullet like that.
This man's bald.
No, I say he wishes he had a mullet like that. No, I got Trick. Trick should definitely get it here.
I'm wondering if the way the lineup they have on Wikipedia is how the lineup is going to be.
I hope not. I need the closing shot to be Dragunov with the belt.
Oh, so you think Dragunov finally will get it?
I think Dragunov gets it.
So here's
the
thing. Because
you know how I feel about Carmelo. Carmelo is good, but like, he needs a new finisher.
Yeah,
something different. That what does he call it?
Nothing but net.
Yeah, that. Come on, you can do a top rope leg drop. You can do better than that. I know you can. Which I feel like I said that last time we talked about Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you said just every time we talk about Melo.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he gets it here. If not, where do you go? Does he fight Braun again? I don't think so.
No. So here's the thing for Melo. Let's say he does lose and then Trick wins. Who do you see if they end up going the route of turning one heel? Because there has been some clips that I've seen where they've kind of had a bit of a headbutting moment. Who's turning?
I
kind of like Melo's cocky side though, so yeah. I kind of lean towards Melo.
But I also here's the thing about believability. So when people talk about believability, they mostly talk about, intergender wrestling isn't believable. You're not gonna tell me it's believable that Carmelo, as fit as he is like blindsiding Melo, is blindsiding Trick. You know what I mean? Without a weapon.
Oh no, there's gonna be a weapon involved.
That's what I'm saying.
If
Yeah.
based off what I'm looking at, I think there will be some type of foreign object involved,
Like a belt or
like
something like
Seth
if
Rollins
you know
style
what I mean.
chair shot to the back or something like that.
Chair shot to the back, a belt shot,
Because
whatever.
you're dealing with the wrestling version of DK Metcalf right now.
Yes, like
Literally,
you're not just like double forearms to the back of the head, or you know what I mean.
like
You're not just doing that to
yeah.
this dude.
When I first saw this, I was like, "What the heck is DK Metcalf doing in NXT?"
Like, you know what I mean? That's not happening. It's just not happening.
I'm just happy he's finally getting a moment to do his thing. And I think what happens is it's probably going to make Melo feel a type of way because Trick
no, I don't know if you saw it. Did you see
why he beat Ilya Dragunov last?
Yeah, Ilya's blaming Trick. That's why he beat him.
Right, and that was a lot of the reason why Melo was like, "Look, man, I need." Melo was like, "Look, I need to do this myself."
Well, one thing is about it is that somebody said he is turning into a Bond villain, which he does look like the more and more I look at it, I was like, you look like a villain right now. You look like a Bond villain.
I wonder what's going. I'm really interested in seeing what he's going to look like on the bigger stage.
Trick or
not like the usage of Ilya on a bigger stage.
I definitely think. Well, Ilya, he did say he wanted to run back him and Gunther. But like I said, if they run back him and Gunther,
is the main roster ready for that heat?
Him and Gunther, right? Him and Gunther on the main rosters. Gunther still has that moment where it's like him versus Sheamus, a clash at the castle. Nothing Gunther has done on the main roster has topped that. Just like nothing he did in NXT has topped the first match he had with Dragunov.
And that's the problem with setting the bar so high.
It's not even a high bar. It's just like I just really like seeing like for example, like I'll even say this: Miro and Hobbs have now set a bar for Haas fights from All Out.
I heard the Haas fight Monday was pretty good though.
Me too. Oh yeah, I heard that too. But it wasn't. They had the crowd in Chicago chanting meat.
Pause.
Thank you.
And then again, these are the same people that take their two fingers and cross it with other people's fingers in the act of scissoring. Wrestling fans are weird. You would never see me doing that.
Oh no, absolutely.
I have too much self-respect to be doing things of that sort.
We're not doing that.
No.
Let's talk about Wrestle Dream.
Have some self-respect.
Oh, by the way, but like I said, I think he is winning the belt tonight.
I'm gonna let you know now. I'm probably not gonna watch Wrestle Dream.
Fair enough. Well, you're gonna. I told myself. All right. So here's how I was with Wrestle Dream. I'm a sucker for I'm easy to please, which is bad. Which is bad for a lot of reasons. But I'm also I'm easy to please, but I'm also very picky. Like there's certain things I want to see. Like for example, there's certain things on this card I don't care for. Like I don't want to see a 6-man between the Don Callis family and Kenny, Kota, and Jericho. I would have just been good with Kota and Takeshita.
It's gracious.
Like I don't know how that happened. Here's what I am here for though. I'm here for Swerve and Hangman. I'm here for Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, come on. And then I'm here for Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata. I'm also here for Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart.
I've been hearing a lot about Julia Hart. So
Julia has not lost a match all year.
I've heard Julia wrestle like 5 times.
So what?
I've heard about her wrestling quite a few, like 5 times.
Yeah, she wrestled, beat Willow Nightingale. She beat Sky Blue. She beat somebody on Ring of. No, she didn't. I'm wrong. But she's wrestling more often, and I think with the loss, well, not with the loss, but with the fact that um, the House of Black is kind of stagnant right now. I love seeing Brody King out there.
It's wild that she's the last varsity blonde left.
That's also crazy. But
It was actually like getting.
where is Griff anyway? Is he in Ring of Honor?
Griff, I don't know where the heck Griff's at. I know that they put a vignette out for
that was the most obvious thing ever.
NXT.
That was the most obvious thing ever.
I mean, they did. I get certain times they don't want to make it too difficult. Like when it comes to Pillman, you kind of want people to know, but
Yeah,
don't make it too like, oh, Brian Pillman's showing up in 2 weeks.
but yeah, I don't think Julia Hart's gonna beat Chris Statlander because Chris Statlander has to essentially do, which I think she will do. She's gonna make that belt mean something, just like Jade did.
Thank you, because clearly that belt was made for Jade.
But no, Statlander is gonna do it. I think Statlander is gonna be able to do for what Jade did. I really do.
I hope so, but
no, I don't hope
honestly,
so. I know so. I believe
I'm Tony Khan at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and combine the belts together. It's
what that and the women's belt.
They don't do enough women's segments to even have 2 belts.
Yeah,
there's no soft brand split for Rampage and Dynamite.
Well, Collision,
right? So everybody's on every show. If there was a situation where Rampage and Collision, Dynamite and Collision were separated, I could see you keeping the TBS Championship on Dynamite because the TBS Championship is the TBS Championship. And TBS is on Dynamite. Dynamite's on TBS. So you should be defending the TBS Championship on TBS. I can see you doing that. But now that's not the case. Why you have 2 belts if you're only going to have 3 women's matches a week on 3 separate shows?
Right. I see what you mean, though. I still think it's going to be a good match, though.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with AEW's women's division, you can, and this is one thing that Brian last said, and I 100% agree with. Tony Khan is a great matchmaker.
Yes.
Not that great of a booker.
Okay, agreed. Shout out to Eddie King.
He does like, why is this happening? The match is good, but why?
Shout out to Eddie Kingston for fulfilling that call I made. Said Eddie Kingston world champion at the end of the year. Said earlier.
Yeah, your agenda worked.
Yep. Now, but he even said like this is good, but you know, he wants the bigger one, which now that I think about it, I can't think of anybody unseating MJF for that AEW World Championship.
Well, now that allegedly Adam Cole is injured, allegedly. Because I think that's a rude. I think that Adam Cole isn't injured.
I think
that was Adam Cole back there in that devil fit.
Oh yeah, no. So here's the thing. So here's what somebody's theory was, and I 100% agree with it. Shout out to you, whoever posted this. They said this is all part of like Cole's long-term thing to get, because you know how MJF wasn't wrestling a lot before he teamed with Adam.
Yeah.
So now he's like wrestling more. He's like putting him in these situations where he has to like essentially weaken him for the belt. And then when the time comes, he took out the next other guy who could potentially challenge for it in Jay White, because Jay was going to challenge him for it. And they were like, well, let me take you out so that doesn't happen. And how many people were there? What, 4 or 5? Like 4?
Something tells me that Adam Cole is going to show up tomorrow night.
They're gonna, and essentially, I think the thing is
a handicap match against
the Righteous.
The Righteous.
By the way, do you recognize one of them?
One of who?
You know who? Dutch.
Yeah,
the Righteous.
I remember Dutch and
Control Your Narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. But
we really need to go back and rewatch. But Speaking of which, we're behind in Lucha Underground. I don't know if you still want to do that,
Yeah.
but
Once you move in, we'll probably get back down to it.
that, and also we should do Control Your Narratives again.
Okay.
Both of them. We should watch Buffalo Free Your Narratives.
Free narratives and that episode of Control Your Narrative.
Yeah.
So he has the handicap match. I see Adam Cole coming in, and
I think they're going to lose him to the Righteous.
No, Adam Cole is going to basically turn on him in the match and cause him to lose the belts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which sets what's the next pay-per-view?
Full Gear.
Full Gear is what, November?
Yeah.
We're October now.
And then Adam is going to use the Kingdom as his backdrop. You know, i.e., like he did before when he was in Ring of Honor.
I mean, it's been kind of, if you've been paying attention to it, you could kind of see it coming.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for real.
I just think the execution of it at times has been a bit off and goofy.
Yeah. I will say Roderick Strong on the hospital bed and like slowly rising up while Adam was still standing there.
Did he get into a hospital in New York?
No, I'm just saying. New York
last week.
No, I'm just saying the way it had him like rising up slowly out of the bed had me dying. You know?
Yeah.
It had me dying.
What's up? I do think that sometimes they are adding a little bit too much comedic relief to these stories. At this point now, everything should be serious with this now. In my honest opinion, like at the beginning of it, yeah, the giggles and the hee-haws and whatnot, that was cool. Now everything should be starting to really get serious, and they're still dabbling in a lot of comedic things. Roderick Strong kind of walking around with his neck brace. The fact that I'm still trying to figure out how he got to a hospital in New York when they were like across the country the week before.
Who do you think is going to win between?
Maybe Tony Khan had him transported over to New York.
Who do you think is going to win between Brian and Zach?
Give me Brian.
You think we're going to get Brian and Gresham before he retires?
I want Brian and Ibushi. I don't care. That's all I want. Brian Ibushi.
Yeah. Speaking of Jonathan Gresham, Ashe.
Look. I'm ready to go to my cousins now. But what you mean?
Like, man, like I feel all right. So for those who don't know,
go ahead.
There's a place in North Carolina that he's had the pleasure of going to at this point. This time it's going to be 3 times.
No,
I've been to 4th. We're going to play. There's a place in North Carolina in Charlotte called Cuzzo's Cuisine. It was advertised as having the best lobster mac in the country.
And I've had lobster mac in Virginia. It's not touching lobster mac down there. So
man,
until somebody proves it wrong, Cuzzo's got the best lobster mac.
It wasn't even that. It was the portions.
And the crazy part is when we went down for NXT, because I don't think we got it when we went for AEW.
Yes, we did.
No,
that was only December.
No. I was talking about what was it? A strawberry banana pudding.
Oh no. We didn't get it then.
Dog.
I just know this. I know this. We need to do it like y'all did it when y'all went to Charlotte. We need to find where it is, get it, and bring it back to the hotel because I don't want to sit in the car and eat it before we go into the show.
So it would be there on Friday. It would be at the store.
You said what?
It would be at the shop. The thing was, we went back in March or February, whichever month it was. On Saturdays they're at the Charlotte Mall outlet. Okay. So we just happened to be at the outlet.
The truck. There it's a truck out there.
Yeah, the food truck was out there. So that's why we just kind of ran into it because I had already planned to go. But when we got to the mall, it was like, oh, shoot, Cuzzles is here. So we ain't got to go find it now.
Okay.
So
Would you go? So the show's on a Friday.
yeah, show's on Friday.
I would rather eat it and enjoy it kind of thing. So, which is why I want to go on like a Thursday. I want to go down on Thursday.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get it like.
What I would do, we could probably leave like Thursday, like right after I leave work. Because I only want to take one day that week.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's all, because that's all we'll need.
So
that's all we'll need. Because we'll go. Then what? December 1st.
December 1st. That's what's up.
So, do you want to like come back after the show?
Sure. What time's the show?
The show, I think the show was December 1st. It was like 3.5 hours.
Yes, 3.5 hours. What time is the show in?
Yeah, I spelled it wrong. First shot, by the way, before we go any further, shout out to Darius Lockhart.
Yeah. Shout out to Darius Lockhart, man. He actually retweeted he reposted my post. Cause he had me at loot.
He had me at when I saw it was him, honestly.
I mean, so Billy's performing.
Bill, yeah, that's the other thing he had me at. Billy. Because I've never seen Billy. I've never seen Billy wrestle live. I've never seen Billy wrestle live.
So I saw all the talent that was there. He had Jonathan Gresham up there.
Jonathan, Trisha Dora, Billy Dixon. I think Tankman might be there. He might be there. Well, they said Moore is going to be there
too.
D'Lo is going to be there.
Oh, I need to get a pic with D'Lo, man. Have I ever told you I used to get called D'Lo Brown when I was a kid?
I'm not surprised.
That is gonna be something I said to my cousin. I was like, "Yo, look, y'all remember y'all called me D'Lo?"
Because I remember you when you had like a low haircut.
Yeah,
before you had all this hair.
So at Camelot Rec, I was D'Lo Brown. So all of them.
It's 6:30 to 10.
Okay, so
it's a 4-hour drive. Hold on, let me see where the map is.
No, because it's a Friday, so we can just go ahead and chill and then leave. We could chill and we don't have to leave immediately on Saturday. So even if we could stay Saturday and then go get Cuzzos before we leave.
It's a 5-hour drive with no tolls from here, from here to Carolina.
It was because the hotel that we stay at, it was like 5 hours and 1 minute.
And we can play rock paper scissors for whoever car we want to take. So we ain't got to rent a car.
My car. Look, my car drove 10 hours to Ohio. We can make it.
So we good then.
I took my car through the mountains in Ohio. We can make it with my car. So we could even leave Friday and then stay and just chill and go do stuff on Saturday and leave sometime around like 5 o'clock and get home by 10.
Well, would be college football Saturday. We could stay in the hotel, watch some games. Maybe watch like the 12 o'clock.
Or we're in North Carolina. Find some college in North Carolina, go watch a football game.
Well, there's not a lot of good football in North Carolina.
That's fair.
Duke, UNC.
Duke is pretty good.
NC State. I know they're pretty good, but like, it's up to you, man. Plus, those tickets are expensive. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm about to end it because I'm about to go eat and then watch No Mercy though.
Yeah, I'm about to do the same. I gotta find some food.
Yeah. So
I'm over here broke with no food. That's crazy.
I got some ziti downstairs that I baked yesterday before I went to the game.
I have a steak in my freezer that I can't cook right now because it's a little late.
Speaking of which, I need to go ahead and text my mom and somebody to make sure I get my my pan.
Yeah. All right.
Like I said, we could get up out of here. Y'all. Peace, love, hot stars. Always been drinking our water. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.